Champ, you gonna sing? I think you are first forever hook. No, you were fourth or fifth. You were close. Hey everybody, welcome. Champy says hi. Champy says hello. Happy Sunday evening, Dr. J. Good to see you. Yay, I'm on time, Clint Copperhead. Present turtles, llamas, hedgehogs. Do what ye do, ye fellow irregulars. Good day, good day, good day. Christopher, thank you for the ruses. The ruses are fantastic. Are those your car glasses? No, these are my computer glasses. These are my car glasses. D. Like a 60s. I look like a well, without the hair. These are kind of like 60s G-men glasses. What's happening, Tobias? Okay, got my phone for TikTok, iPad for Discord. I'm trying to get Mighty Networks on my iPad too. I know it's a lot right now. We'll simplify. We have like another week or so before we, officially switch over. So, still trying to figure Mighty Networks out. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the AI Learning Lab. Encourage more viewers to share. Okay. Hey viewers, would you share this? Would you share this live? And particularly if you can share it with friends or family that you know it would bug that you're watching a channel about AI. That would be good. Let's get some people in here. We'll give them their first Kevin McAllister moment. I don't. I've got zero agenda tonight. I mean, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things rolling, but I think it's just I don't know. I think it's just cranking along. Like I feel like last week was so dramatic with the OpenAI nonsense. Grok is happening. Wait, I'm just not paying for it. I hear good things. Yeah, I heard that too, but I do not seem to have access to it. Let me see. Unless I do. Why do I not have... There we go. I got no Grok on the left-hand side. Let me reload. I'm paying the $16. Verified orgs, communities, messages. I got nothing, people. I got nothing. So, we'll say. What was that? It was Napoleon Dynamite, the brother or the cousin. He talked like this with his lower teeth out. I thought that was the funniest acting choice. What's up, Napoleon? Finally having meeting about an AI pilot project tomorrow at work, brainstorming ideas. Oh, that's awesome, Bruno. Man, it's so cool. Like you've gone from secret cyborg to like thought leader in your company in a couple of months. That's very cool. As they say in the military, no joy. Want to explore Google's Duet? Possibly, except I don't think I have access to it because I have Google Workspace. And ironically, if you pay for Google, you don't get the shit. Although maybe they've added it. Docs. Let me fire up a Google Doc here and see if I got it. Hello. I don't think I got it. Tools. No. Why am I not seeing the suggestion? I don't know. What does grok mean? Okay, so welcome everyone. My name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. We will learn about anything AI, anything you want to talk about, pop it in the comments below. I'll do my best to get everyone up to speed. We'll do some little level setting here, and then we can dig in and I don't know, do whatever you want to do. We can do some demos. I can answer questions. Grok is the new Twitter. X.AI, which is X's AI arm. So X used to be Twitter, and Grok is their new ChatGPT competitor. And it's supposed to be launching widely to Twitter premium members. So basically, if you're paying $16 a month for Twitter, which I just bit my lower lip and paid it because I want to try it. It's supposed to be coming out this week. The early responses are good. What's interesting about it is it it's part of Twitter, right? It's part of X. So within your interface, you've got this tool, and it incorporates X data in its answers. So yeah, that's that. That's what it is. So we should see. It's also got it's supposed to be not biased. It's supposed to be, there's a funny mode where it'll just be a smartass, which I think is kind of funny. What did it say? It said someone Lex Friedman asked Grok about Elon Musk and said, is Elon Musk wrong about this? And it said, oh, the same Elon Musk that was wrong about something, and it said he's wrong more than a wrong-o-meter at a wrong factory. So, oh man, Sherry D. Rose, thank you very much. Unbiased, I doubt it. I know all these things are going to be some level of bias depending on what they're trained on. Hey, Robert Rossi. Trained on tweets. It's going to be so confused. You can get more misinformation faster. Yeah, grok, where truth is relative. We'll see. I mean, like all of these things, there's always compromises, right? He wants things to be open and completely fair and biased. It probably means there's gonna be some downside to that, some unintended consequence to that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. So if you've got any questions or comments, Kyle, are you real or AI? I'm GPT-5. Nice to meet you. I think I'm real. I do my best. To be authentic. I can show you. I can show you the fake version of me. Here, you want to see? This is funny. This is comedy. This is haha. Where is it? Let's see. We'll do it here. We'll go there, and we'll go there, and we'll go there, and we'll go there. So I'll show you two versions of me. One is, it's my real voice, but it's not real video. This one. Hey, it's Kyle Shannon with the AI Learning Lab. So the previous video on my timeline is an avatar generated with HeyGen, where I didn't say the words. I just typed in a script and it synthesized my voice, and it was decent, but it didn't really sound like me. So that's my recorded voice, but faked video, and this is not even my recorded voice. Wait, where is it? Hang on.
Hey, it's Kyle Shannon with the AI Learning Lab. You know, there are some days I just don't want to turn on the camera, days where I don't even want to get out of bed. Well, good news. We now live in a...
So there's fake me. So we can have fake me. We can have all the fake me you want. Jim Ross, any ChatGPT birthday plans? Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna go. I just am gonna keep going live, and whenever I need to take a break, I'm gonna take a break. So I think I'm gonna start in the morning, and then I'll do work shit, and then I'll jump back into the live, then I'll jump off, then I'll jump back into the live. So wholesome. Yeah, exactly.
a post-sci-fi world, and I can just type up this script and select my avatar.
And I can just type up this script and yeah, crazy. Your avatar sounds more realistic. Exactly. My version of you for $35 is just as good. Fake you is more handsome. Hey now. Kevin Vasquez. All right. It's supposed to be a leaked paper. So Q Star and what was the other one that you asked about, Cam? The Orca? I don't know Orca. Orca 2. Let me just go quickly do a quick search on it and see what it is. I can tell you what Q Star is, or what I understand of Q Star. Orca 2. Microsoft releases Orca 2, a pair of small language models. Oh yeah. So and didn't these things didn't they show up like better than GPT 3.5 or something like that? Orca 2, 13 billion. Microsoft's AI model that challenges ChatGPT. Yeah, Satya Nadella talked about this. He hinted at this. 1,000 plus pre-built AI apps for any use case. Interesting. What is Orca 2? At its core, it's a testament to Microsoft's commitment. He sort of talked about this when they were like, well, what's going to happen if OpenAI screws up? He's like, well, we're into large language models. We're into small language models, which is what this is. What's the big deal about a small language model is that as they optimize these, as a combination of chips getting faster and these things getting smaller and more optimized, is you're going to be able to run GPT 3.5 level large language models locally on device, right? So on your phone, on your computer, and they won't have to go out to the internet. So they'll be faster, more responsive. There won't be latency issues, and there won't be privacy issues because you'll be running things locally. So that feels like a pretty big deal to me, although this is the first time I'm really seeing it. Like I knew it was coming, and I saw a tweet about it today that this thing apparently performed quite well. So I don't know about that. Q Star is the rumored breakthrough from OpenAI, where they say, well, maybe we hit AGI. But they've been pretty tight-lipped about it since all the debacle. I don't think they want more drama right now. Let's see. Q Star. See if there's anything interesting here. A lot of thirst traps trying to take advantage of people searching for Q Star. But whatever. Let's see. Q Star, OpenAI. Maybe that'll help with. Oops, not ZI. Yeah, I don't think there's anything new. So basically, what Q Star is it's an algorithm. Let's see. It sits on top of a large language model and helps it basically do reasoning. And they did reasoning on very simple mathematical equations, but the breakthrough was apparently that it got them 100% right. and math is very different than large language than language, because it requires reasoning and running down different paths and doing that until you get it right. And apparently, that's what they've achieved. So that's what Q-Star is in a nutshell. What are your thoughts on artificial superintelligence? Well, if we get to AGI, so there's artificial general intelligence, where it's essentially that the large language model becomes an autonomous system that performs better than most humans, or better than humans at most economically valuable tasks. That's the OpenAI definition of artificial general intelligence. So basically, when ChatGPT can do your job better than you can, and can do essentially any knowledge work job better than humans. Artificial superintelligence is where these things are smarter than all of us. And, I don't think we're close to artificial superintelligence, but the minute you get to artificial general intelligence, and if you have you use the AGI to improve itself, then you get to artificial superintelligence very quickly. Kyle, what is Apple doing to stay competitive with AI? You mentioned SLM being able to do something. That the pinned comment just went away. So if you could repin that. So Apple's doing what Apple does. Wait, okay? Apple. Hang on. What's it say? SLM being able to run, small language model being able to run on devices. Apple have anything in the works? So I don't know any more than anyone else, but just paying attention to the Vision Pro launch and the Apple iPhone 15 launch and the recent M3 launch of the M3 chip. All three of those launches. The first two didn't mention artificial intelligence at all, but they did mention machine learning and inferences and embeddings and things like that. And in the Vision Pro goggles, they've got this chip called the R1. I assume it stands for Reality One, but it's doing machine learning processing on all the sensors in the device in real time. And then they mentioned both the iPhone 15 and the M3 have advanced machine learning capabilities. So I think Apple is building the foundation right now. From a hardware perspective, they've apparently they spent in 2023, their R&D budget was $22.4 billion. And apparently a lot of that was on AI. I feel like I need to do homework. I know, a shoe. That's kind of what this is feeling like right now, because I'm right there with you. I feel like there is so much changing so fast. I don't even know. Like, I kind of know how to use ChatGPT right now, but I don't really like it. The fact that it's gone fully multimodal, where it's got vision and it can generate images and it can hear and it can talk and it can do all this. There's so many ways to use it right now. Not even dealing with like the developer side of this, where there's a whole other world of what you can do with their API. And so I feel like I'm right there with you, that I spent the last year learning a tool that is so fundamentally different now that I don't know I don't know how to use it. So I feel like a bit of a fraud here. And it kind of feels like, oh, I got to do my homework. I got to learn my shit. Knowing that we're about to, it's going to change again, and it's going to change again. And then Google's going to come out with Gemini, and, Grok is coming out. It's going to behave slightly differently. So it is. This is very much a curiosity hamster wheel. There's one for you irregulars to go make something with. The curiosity hamster wheel. Is AGI hold up based on RAM, GPU speed, board hardware, thickness, space? No, I think AGI is just based on the current large language models are really kind of dumb. They're just dumb calculators. They're probability engines that just do it over and over again. They're not aware of what they make. It sounds like what they did with this Q star thing is they said, okay, you got a large language model down here that spits out a bunch of shit it's not aware of. So why don't we build a system up here that can take the output of the actions that were taken and score them? Did it do good or did it do bad? And if it did good, give it a higher score. And if it did bad, give it a lower score. And let's keep track of that score over time. And so what it allows the large language model to do is kind of self-navigate toward the right solution. And that seems to have changed everything. But, I don't know. But we don't, it's all speculation at this point. There's a lot of smart people out there talking about it. So I am just, this channel is more like chat TMZ than news or science. I'm just sort of parroting what they're saying at this point. We'll see. Can AGI create deliverables or just aid in the creation? AGI can create deliverables. AGI can also take actions. And AGI is autonomous. So right now, there's hints of autonomous behavior within ChatGPT. If you watch what it does with Code Interpreter, where you give it a goal and it writes Python code and executes Python code to hit your goal, that's autonomous behavior, but in a very sort of contained little thing. What will happen with AGI is the system will be able to take actions on your behalf in ways that it determines that it needs to do. You give it a goal and it will just go off and start doing things and taking actions and do it until it gets there. Kyle, play your funky music. Play that funky music, white boy. Oh, Champy. Apple's interface chips are still a bit of an enigma, correct? Yeah. Or inference chips. Yeah, Apple's been fairly tight-lipped. What Apple's going to do is what Apple does is when they're ready to launch AI, they probably won't call it AI. It'll probably be something around assistants or agents, something on your behalf. And they'll probably come out and try to define a new sector that is kind of consumer grade AI, right? I would argue that ChatGPT and Grok and Pi and Poe and all of them are not consumer grade. They're easy, but they're not consumer grade, right? You still have to do prompting and you have to do prompt engineering. And you have to figure out what plugins are, and then you have to figure out what Code Interpreter is, and then you got to go use Zapier if you want to do automations. And it's just everything right now is just spit and duct tape, janky ass pieces of software. Apple is not going to come out with that. So when Apple comes out, theirs is going to be tight and buttoned up. And it will probably be like a lot of Apple products, more like a walled garden where you don't have as much control, and all the geeks will go, "Oh, that's not really interesting because they're hiding all the controls behind that simple little interface, that cute little avatar." And then, millions of people use it. Because, they don't have to figure out fucking math. Acceleration versus incrementalism. Yeah, I think 2024. I think 2024 we're gonna figure out the difference between those two, Chris. Being away from AI for 2 weeks, starting to feel like a caveman. Edgar, I've been doing this every day. I took one day off on Thursday for Thanksgiving, and I still feel like I'm not caught up. I feel like I'm really behind. But I don't think I mean most of what people are talking about right now is a lot of speculative kind of crap. So, but I just have this overhang that something big is about to change. and so it probably won't. We're probably, I don't know. I mean, it's possible that we get the GPT store this week. Hamster wheel, show and tell. Okay. Wait, which show and tell? Mighty Networks or the other? Hamster wheel. That's awesome. From Be Not Afraid, the Curiosity Hamster Wheel. Oh, so where these are, thank you, Drew. That's really good. Um, these are awesome. So these are on the AI Salon Mighty Networks, which is our new home for the AI Salon. I can talk about the AI Salon. Maybe what I'll do here is let me do some. If you're new to AI and you're trying to figure this stuff out, if you haven't really played with ChatGPT, let me do a little bit of level setting. Okay, so ignore the thing on the right. But Kyle, what's behind the thing on the right? Your head's in the way. What are you doing? Your head's in the way. Apple Personal Genius. Yeah, it'll be something like that. I'm here to let people in. Okay, great. Thanks, Vicky. That's awesome. Um, like playing catch up in a hamster wheel. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it feels like, Robert. If you have not tried ChatGPT, I feel like I'm about to sneeze, so I may. Maybe. I don't know. Let me drink some water. Hold on. Okay. If you've not played with ChatGPT, go there right now. Go to chat.openai.com and play with that. What you'll get access to is ChatGPT 3.5, which is what launched a year ago on November 30th. So today's the 26th. So 4 days from now, it will have been a year. And the thing that is at chat.openai.com, if you just use the free version, is ChatGPT 3.5. What they launched over the summer and then dramatically improved over the last month, GPT-4, is just a wholly different thing. They're not allowing new people to sign up for it yet, but I would strongly encourage you to get on the wait list. It's pretty remarkable, and I can show some of that stuff. So that's that. The other thing that you should do if you want to get curious about this stuff is start understanding that there's other tools that are like ChatGPT that are not ChatGPT. Claude is probably their biggest competitor. It's a company called Anthropic. It's a really good tool. Copilot on the lower right there, that's Microsoft's version of ChatGPT 4. It's free, and in the absence of having access to ChatGPT 4 from OpenAI, you can use Copilot. Then you've got Grok, which is from X, from Elon Musk's from Twitter. That's coming out this week. And then you've got Bard from Google, and that's been steadily improving since the summer. It got kind of usable probably in July, and it's been getting better ever since, and it's supposed to get dramatically better. So go play with those. And then I would also encourage you to go play with these. These are 4 other sort of ChatGPT-like things. There's Pi, which is very conversational. Get the iOS app and put it in conversation mode and talk to it. It's remarkable. It's connected to the internet. You can talk to it. Perplexity, if you do any kind of research, is really good for that. People are swearing by that. Llama 2 is a whole world of open source large language models that Meta put out, and the whole developer community is kind of pouncing all over those. So that's a whole world. If you want to geek out on open source and running things locally, there's just a whole world there to explore. And then Poe lets you play with lots and lots of different models. You can also build these things called bots, which are just like ChatGPT's custom GPTs that they've launched. Very, very similar to that. Copilot is supposed to have copilots, their version of GPTs. Yeah, exactly. So Copilot, if you go to copilot.microsoft.com, they've apparently launched, but I don't have access to it, a thing called Copilot Studio, where you can make customized copilots. So, their version of GPTs, just as Chris Ramsey said. So go play with all those things. ChatGPT, those four, and those four. And now, why? Well, because they're all kind of good at different things, and they're kind of one-upping each other in terms of capabilities. And what you're going to find is that some of them do one thing that you want to do but don't do another thing so well. And so understanding the strengths and weaknesses of them is really valuable for the next 6 months or so. And yeah, that's that. The other thing, if you're one of those people that is curious about this AI stuff and you've kind of gotten obsessed about it, and you're like the only weirdo in your group of friends or family that's into this stuff, and everyone's looking at you like you're just a freak, come join the AI Salon. So this is a group that I started a year ago. We started this 1 week after ChatGPT launched, and it's a community of people that are think of it like an AI support group. Hi, my name's Kyle. I'm into AI. Hi, Kyle. And it's a really good group of people, and we just moved over to Mighty Network. So this is the address for the salon. So aisalon.mn.co, and go look at about the salon. It'll talk about the salon. We're a ragtag group of misfits, ne'er-do-wells, and miscreants who've gathered to explore the uncharted wilderness of generative AI. And it goes on. It talks about who we are, why we do what we do, what we're trying to accomplish, and it talks about our values. And our values are something I'm really proud of, and something that I really want the group to maintain as it grows. One of our values is curiosity. We want people that are curious and inquisitive and trying to learn. Thank you, Digital Gods. Really appreciate that. Generosity is another one. This is a big one for me, that as you're learning stuff, share it. Share what you're learning. There's no reason to keep any of this shit proprietary, because it's changing so fast that the thing that you think is going to give you the competitive advantage is going to be absolutely useless a month from now. I promise you that. So just share what you're learning, because there are no experts right now. Everyone's trying to figure it out. And so generosity is about just acknowledging that, holy shit, we're in the middle of this crazy, crazy mess. Exploration is one of our values. We want people that are kind of actively stepping into this adventure. Collaboration, that they're willing to do it together. Inclusion, they're willing to, accept people from, all different kinds of work, all different experience levels, things like that. And then finally, empathy is our final value. And I think it's the most important one. So let's see. Jennifer L., thank you. I've been watching you for over a month and something. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I talk to Pi for hours at a time. Great sounding board. Yeah, Papa JJ. Pi's really something. I've used Pi for everything from just like wanting to kill some time to I had my battery go bad on my car, and it helped me troubleshoot the bad battery. Thank you. Been watching you for over a month, and I'm blown away by your dedication. Oh, thank you very much, Jennifer. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. Like, do I always want to fire up the camera and go live 7 nights a week? I don't. and yet I'm doing it. Why? Because I'm needing community, right? I'm needing to connect myself with people that are excited about this, curious about this, trying to figure it out, trying to reinvent themselves, trying to reinvent their business. And it feels really important to me. And here's the other thing that I know. So I was a little bit about my background. I'm an entrepreneur. I was an entrepreneur in the early days of the World Wide Web. And what's going on with AI right now is very, very similar to what was going on in the early days of the web. And what I know is that the beginning of a major shift like what AI is about to do to the world, you don't get to participate in that ever, right? It's an incredibly rare moment to be at the beginning of something. We are absolutely at the beginning of this thing. What is this thing? I don't know. It's AGI, it's AI, it's machine learning, it's generative AI. The values are invaluable. Thank you, Papa JJ. I appreciate that. I think the values. Here's the thing about values. If you look at these values and they sing to you, and you're like, yeah, that's like I want to hang out with those kind of people. Great. This is probably going to be your group of people. If you look at those values and you're like, ugh, that seems fucking awful, then it's going to be fucking awful. Like values are not there just as successories posters, right? This is how I want people to behave. And if you don't behave that way, then you're not going to fit. It's just going to be like a genetic, the organism will reject it, and like you won't enjoy it and it won't enjoy you. So those things are actually really, really important. I've grown a lot of things over the years, and values are super important, and not everyone likes them, because in order to have values you actually have to have a point of view, and we do. So that's that group. We will be grateful for what you're doing for years to come. Oh, thank you, Be Not Afraid. I appreciate that. I hope so. It's not about that. Right now, it's just about let's fucking figure this out together. And what is this? I don't know. I mean, the more I learn about this, the less educated I feel. How do you plan to monetize this community you're building? Any advertisements? Well, we're not gonna monetize the community. So the AI Salon, what we're trying to do right now is just cover our costs. So we don't have any dues. The Mighty Networks is free. Like the Mighty Networks is free and is always going to be free. Right now we're taking donations, and we're selling monthly sponsorships, which are really cheap right now. Basically, just to cover our monthly, it's like $120 a month for Mighty Networks. We had to do the business version of it for the features we wanted. I think over time we might allow members within the community to create courses, and they might be able to sell those courses, so people can monetize things individually. I think at some point we'll have a merch store that the proceeds of that will support the group. But the whole idea is like I want this to be an ongoing group that anyone can join. The whole idea is being inclusive. So I'll figure out. We want people within the community to be able to build their brand and monetize that, but not monetize the community itself. And so we're thinking of all the different ways that that's possible. What's the huge performance limiter on the next year? Human beings. I think the huge limiter is going to be human beings I think we're very, 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 very unprepared for what's coming, for what's here. How much for a Bruce Campbell impersonation? See, there's how I'm going to monetize things. I'm going to do B celebrity impersonations for a fee. That's how we're going to monetize this bad boy. That's pretty funny. Huge limiter. Men fighting so we can't have nice things. Yeah, don't disagree with that. Yeah, men being assholes. I think some limiting factors will be centers of power actively resisting what's coming, because they're going to realize What's coming is going to fuck with their business model. Get your smart pants. We're about to take off. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Broody Hen. Yeah, normally if we work for British Airways, we like to wear smart pants. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of resistance to this AI stuff. They're going to demonize it. They're going to dismiss it. The problem with dismissing it is it's already getting powerful enough that I think companies and people are realizing we can't really dismiss this, but if we accept it, it's a threat to our business model. And I can talk more about that. How do you think the government will react when we hit AGI panic? I don't know. I don't know. I think that the fact that Biden put out the 122-page executive order is promising. I built a GPT that if you want to understand the executive order, I built a GPT that you can ask all about it, which I shared on the AI Salon. I think I did it in the Show and Tell channel. So if you just look for that there. So I think the fact that that there's awareness at the highest level that this is important is good. The government doesn't understand Wi-Fi, so so and the government's not good at moving fast. So it's absolutely possible that there's going to be some panic, if we hit AGI or if it's declared or if some version of it is rolled out. I don't know. We're in such a we're living in an episode of Black Mirror right now. Obama is currently in charge of AI. Yeah, he's one of the senior advisors on it. I don't know if he's in charge of it, but he's one of the senior advisors for what to do with it. He's a thoughtful guy. He's really smart. He's internet savvy. That's good. You're going to need some smart people, right? So if it's Obama, he'll build a network of people that have their shit together. Some artists and writers are seething still. Listen, people are going to be seething. I've written 7 screenplays. I know that world well. I have a degree in acting, right? I moved to New York City out of school to pursue a life in the arts. Most of my friends from back then are in that business. I have students take moral vocal stands against AI in my class. Christopher Ramsey, the younger gen hasn't bought in. Listen, I agree. I've got 23-year-old twin boys who have not bought in. They could give two shits about it. They're not actively against it. They're very cynical about it. You can take a moral stand all you want. This channel, why I do these lives is whether you take a moral stand or not, I wrote a play over the summer, Kyle, very cool, Lunashtek. Whether you agree with it or not, whether you love it or hate it, whether you're completely ignorant of it, it's here and it's not going away. And it's getting stronger and better dramatically fast. And we ain't seen nothing yet. Apparently, if the rumors of sort of what's been put out there or are true, that the they kind of slow rolled the Q Star stuff. They actually stopped it before it started improving itself. Because if AGI comes and they start having the system improve the system, then things get really powerful really fast. Now, there's pieces of that are remarkable because we start doing things like curing diseases really fast and curing scientific problems really fast and curing economic, disparity models really fast or societal models really fast. But that's going to break a bunch of shit. And so I don't think anyone's prepared for that. So I don't know. I'm an artist and I think it's amazing. So Otto, here's the thing that I've seen. Almost all of the artist friends that I know who have tried it are finding new ways to express themselves with it. And they find it remarkable. And then some put boundaries in place, right? So I've got one of the women who's an organizer for the AI Salon, Jane. She's a writer and she writes professionally and she uses AI for writing, all the time, and it's remarkable. And she's like, I can't imagine doing my job without it now. But she draws a line. She won't do her personal creative writing with AI. That's like a sacred space for her. So I think some artists are finding boundaries, like what's in, what's out. Where can I use it? Where can I not use it? Other artists are just going, fuck it, I will never use it. I'm taking a stand. And that's where the WGA started, was fuck AI, right? They then came around and the new Writers Guild contract says we can use AI, but you can't use AI to replace us, is effectively what it says. It makes you think as an artist in a different way. It's hard to describe. I totally agree with that. Like Thankful Jones, that's exactly what it is for me. And it's funny, when I first started this channel, a lot of the questions I got were, well, if it's so creative, doesn't it make you less creative? And the reality is no, it actually makes you more creative, because you can get ideas out of your head faster and in some form of articulation really, really quickly. And what I've found is that ChatGPT can get me to like 80% like that. And then the last 20%, like if I get really good at prompting and get it really dialed in, it can get me to like 85% or maybe 90%. It almost never gets me to the finish line. But I get 10 ideas out of my head that never would have seen the light of day historically. And so what it's doing is it's like writer's block is a thing of the past. My ability to, like, my confidence, the whole sort of crazy straw of creativity and being neurospicy is that there's a lot of shame and imposter syndrome and that sort of bullshit, right? And what I found with the AI stuff is that it kind of erases that. Like it's just like you don't have to really confront, well, I'm not really good at drawing, so that idea for that card game wouldn't be good. I'd have to go get someone that was good at drawing, and now I can just have a card game and now I can put it out there, and I can't do creative writing with it, but man, do I love its editing capabilities and ability to argue. Yep, exactly. Like again, that's what my strong recommendation here is: start playing with these tools and figure out where the boundaries of the technology are. Like, what's it good at? What's it not good at? What, right? And then figure out where the boundaries of your personal work is, right? There might be some things that you're like, oh, I'll absolutely use it for project management, but I would never use it to generate art because I love illustrating. Great. Then carve that out and don't do that, but use it for all this other stuff. Yep, I use it for storyboarding, for the video process. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you can take, like, I've done this now a couple of times where I've taken projects that were mothballed for decades. And I was like, oh, let me pull out that half a screenplay I started. And then like within 10 minutes, I had an outline finishing the screenplay. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I could actually finish that. Amazing. I want to be my own artist. Why does my creativity have to stop where artists define it? Absolutely. We're seeing that. So Broody, you've been coming here a fair amount now. Like, so you are quickly becoming an irregular. So the people that show up regularly have named themselves the irregulars, and that's the real criteria for being an irregular is just fucking show up. But what's happening is a lot of the irregulars are completely reinventing themselves and what they enjoy and what they're good at and where they're finding they've got skills where they never thought they'd have skills. And that's absolutely remarkable, right? And to your point, like, why have boundaries? We now have a tool that can let us level up in the areas that we sucked at before. And then what we can do is just think creatively horizontally, knowing that the tool can do some sort of execution on all the vertical specialties. Just me and the trees. That's why it's so important for teachers to start learning and how to teach students to use it. Absolutely, absolutely just me and the trees. It's so funny. At the beginning of the year, I was kind of agnostic about education, and I'm like, well, if educators don't want to do it, that's their prerogative, and if they want to block it, blah, blah. And now I'm just like, no, educators need to get their shit together and understand that I mean, even if you're just dealing with college, the world that freshmen today are going to enter in 4 years is not going to resemble the world that we're in right now. So freshmen today are being taught things that are going to be irrelevant in 4 years. A lot of the things. But there's going to be new skills that are going to be absolutely in demand. And so I think it's imperative for educational institutions to learn this stuff, to get curious about it, and to start, like, for me, the big skill moving forward is critical thinking. And so to the extent that you're not actively teaching, and not even teaching critical thinking, that you're not actively exploring critical thinking with these tools, you're doing our future a disservice. I'm in training to be a clinical psychologist. I'm trying to build tools to extend my presence. So Sunshower, I think that so if you haven't played with it yet, go play with. So there's an app called Pi. This is my iPad. And so go to Pi, and then you'll see, it's just like a normal ChatGPT like thing. And it'll look like that when you log in, and then you can talk with it. But in the lower right-hand corner, you see where it says Pi. If you click on that, there's 2 modes for it now. One of them is Pi, just Pi, right? The old one. And one of them is Support Pi. And Support Pi is like a therapy fine-tuned version of Pi. And then the other thing you can do with Pi is you can put it into conversation mode. So see that little thing right there? Can you describe Support Pi to me and how it's different than normal Pi?
Haha, you're really hitting me with some great questions. Support P is a new and creative term you just coined. Support P is not a real thing, but let's roleplay like it is.
No, I mean the Pi model, PI, that you're based on. There's 2 different modes. There's just Pi and there's Support Pi. Can you talk about what Support Pi is?
Now I understand what you're asking. You're correct that there are 2 different modes of the P model. There's the general information mode, or just P mode, and there's the support mode, which you've been referring to as Support P. The general information mode is designed to give accurate, comprehensive information on any topic you can think of, whereas the support mode is more focused on providing emotional support, empathy, and companionship. The support mode.
So if you're trying to figure, so there's two things I would do. So that's Pi. I would explore that, and then the GPTs. So within ChatGPT, you can make a GPT that can take your philosophy of how you want to do therapy, and let's say you've written a paper on it, and you want to do your therapy based on your dissertation or whatever it might be. You can use that as knowledge to build your own custom GPT where someone could interact with a version of you. And then ChatGPT also has conversation mode. So on the right-hand side, you can also put ChatGPT into a similar conversation mode.
Absolutely. Let's continue our conversation. How did you feel during these different moments in your dream? For example, were you amused, scared?
So this was a GPT that I made called Dreamweaver that's a dream analysis tool. And so I can have a conversation with Dreamweaver and tell it my dream, and it'll do a whole analysis and even visualize it. Otto, gotta go eat later, everyone. Later, Otto. Thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out. All right. Let's see. Are there any copyright issues to worry about if GPT helps you write your screenplay? I don't think so. I mean, if listen, it's on you to not be a douche, right? If you just say, give me the plot for Star Wars and make it a Western and change all the character names, then if you just do something like that, then you're setting yourself up for a problem. But just using it in general based on the training, I don't think so. In fact, a number of the lawsuits where people are doing these class action lawsuits, suing based on content that was used in training, a lot of those are being tossed out by judges. So I wouldn't worry about it right now. I think that IP attorneys are going to be suing each other both directions for the next 20 years. So at some point, some precedent is going to be set that'll do for AI what happened with hip hop and sampling music in the 80s and 90s, where we sort of landed on some version of fair use and how people get compensated and attribution and things like that. So some version of that will happen. And there will be tools that come out that support it. In fact, YouTube, I just saw a new tool that YouTube's got that if you're doing a YouTube short, you can create custom background music for your YouTube short in the style of Charlie Puth or T-Pain, right? So they've cut deals with Charlie Puth and T-Pain where it'll generate the song that sounds like Charlie Puth wrote it and it's singing and it sounds like him. He's probably getting paid every time someone generates a song. So there'll be all sorts of different new kinds of models that come out that'll deal with it. So, but I wouldn't worry about it right now. Just don't go steal, don't go blatantly steal shit because then you'll just set yourself up for trouble. I wonder how this can be used to benefit the trades, i.e. construction. So anywhere, Jerry G, anywhere where you've got computers mediating a process is going to be set up for you can do all sorts of interesting things. So it could be finding ways to do construction project planning more efficiently. You could upload a spreadsheet of the last job and say, do some analysis on, say, how can AI be used in construction? What I would say is this: what are problems that you're trying to solve? Start with that and say, okay, if I could solve this problem, that's a major pain point for us. And if that problem in any way can be used as a computer or could use a computer, then you could say, okay, how can I use AI to solve that problem? And then you'll likely find ways to do it very, very quickly. Because you can just go to ChatGPT or any of these other things and just say, here's the problem I'm facing. Here's how I currently deal with it. Help me come up with a strategy to make that better. And it will. And then you'll get inspired and you'll be like, oh, and then you'll ask it some more questions. Just think of it kind of like you've got a business consultant at the ready. You have to give it lots of instruction. You have to give it lots of direction, but it knows everything. You can ask for specific NEC code sections for electrical. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So my co-founder of my current business, Storyvine, she's got a shitty construction site next to her house. And this construction company they're just violating codes like multiple times a day. They're just shitty. And they don't care. And so we took the Denver building codes website and we built a GPT. So she now has a GPT that she can use to basically say, here's what they did today. Is that against code? So, Kyle, come in, please. Come in where? To he gone. Oh, froze. Come back. The model is being tweaked. Can you hear me? Am I good now? Tap the hearty hearts if you can hear me. Okay, I'm seeing a heart. You're back. Okay, I'm back. Cool. I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, you could do code stuff. You could do. One of the guys at the building I work for created a thing called Maintenance Mentor that would do, like, if you have questions about the AC or the heating or plumbing or electrical, it will help you troubleshoot problems within the building. So you can, it's kind of endless. So again, where I would start with the problem you want to solve first, and then go see how much ChatGPT knows, or any of these tools, how much they know. They will likely surprise you at how good they are. Especially things like construction. There's so much been written on it. There's so much that's been on the internet about it that it just kind of assimilates all that information, and it kind of knows everything. It's pretty remarkable. How many GPTs have you made? I've probably made, I don't know, 25 or 30. Most of them I've made live on this channel. We can make one now if you want. If someone has a specific thing they want to do, I'm happy to do that. Hope you have a good holiday, Kyle, with your GPTs. Thank you. Your company co-founder is my hero. Oh, that's so cool. You're my shiro. Monique's amazing. Yeah, no, Monique and I, we knew each other, I don't know, 5 or 6 years before we started Storyvine. And I was consulting with her. She had started a social media agency, and I was consulting with her on that. And that ended up kind of falling apart. And there were kind of, founder issues and things like that. And so I knew she was available, and I knew I wanted to start Storyvine. And so I called her up and said, hey, I've got this idea, do you want to start it? Because I knew she was good at the shit I wasn't. As we describe our relationship, Becky, I'm the hand wavy guy, and she keeps the trains running on time. And it's been a really, really, really good partnership. And if you've started companies before, finding good partners is almost impossible. Teaching autistic and ADD math, please do it. Oh, teaching autistic and ADD math for a GPT, we can do that. That would be a good one. Yeah, we can do that. I'm trying to think, are there any, if you've got any sources, we'll make one without sources right now, and then I'll show you how you could improve it with sources. So let's go make a GPT. It creates. So right now, Cam, on Mighty Networks, if you go to show and tell, okay, hang on a sec. No. Oh, wait. Hold, please. Hold. So I'm in the show and tell channel on Mighty Networks, right? And in the lower right, that's how you add a post to show and tell. And then it actually just prompted that. See where it says the hashtag thing? So when you create a post, you bring up a list of hashtags. Can you see it? Oh, come on. There you go. Well, they're down there. See that one hashtag is GPTs? So if you tag your you tag your post in show and tell with GPT, you can then go sort by all the hashtags. So there's like a pull down menu where you can say, show me all the ones that are tagged with GPT. It's not a perfect way, so we might improve that, but right now how we're handling it is with hashtags. So share it in show and tell and just tag it. Just tweak my GPT if you want, Kyle. Oh! That's right, Pate. So Pate's got, we don't, you know what? I think what I'd rather do is point them to so whoever just said to create a GPT for autistic and ADD students, on the channel, Pate is he's a swell guy, works at Google. He heads up the AI Mechanics Guild on the AI Salon, and he created a GPT for in that neighborhood. And so that could be modified. So let me go to ChatGPT here. Hang on. Now I think, did I look at it? I'm sure I looked at it here recently. Explore. Hang on. Recently used. Where is it, Pate? What's it called again? Top of the hour-ish. Irregulars present. Ask Mary. I don't know how to see unambiguous ally or ally. Hang on. Delete post. Hold, please. Search unambiguous. All right, if you go to Mighty Networks and find it, yeah. If you go to the AI Salon Mighty Networks and search for unambiguous ally, this is the GPT that Pate wrote for empowering neurospices. All right. So that's a good one. So let's do something else since that one's already built. Like that's a good one, and I actually want to support that one because I feel like you've got a vision for that, Pate. So USA loves TikTok. Okay. All right. No picture must pass. What do you mean no picture must pass? I don't know what that means. What do that man? Who did this one? Who did this? Darlene Rob Kerr. That's just rude. It's true, but rude. Oh, man. The curiosity hamster wheel. That's pretty fun. All right. So let's go make another one. What do we want to make for a GPT? Give me another topic. We'll do one on the fly here. Feel free to try it out and provide feedback. It's already been improved thanks to the community. That's awesome, Pate. That's really cool. Which is completely different than the androgynous ally. Wait, crit-faced? Can you show us how you use it to storyboard? I haven't used it to storyboard, but we can certainly do that. Let me go. That might be a fun thing to do. All right. So let's go do that. So we're going to go to, here's ChatGPT. I'm in ChatGPT 4 mode. So one of the things, if you haven't used ChatGPT a lot, ChatGPT is now multimodal, meaning you can upload images, you can generate images, you can upload spreadsheets and CSV files, and it can analyze them. It can write things. So one of the things I'm going to do here is I'm going to go I'm going to upload a screenplay. That's Microsoft Word. I'll upload the text version of it. All right, so this is a screenplay I wrote in 1991 or 2 called Salmon Flying East. And so one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to say, please write a compelling Hollywood logline that is the elevator pitch for this screenplay, period. Act as if you're a high-powered Hollywood agent and make sure that anyone that hears this will want to make this movie. So log lines are, especially if you write the screenplay, writing log lines about it are almost impossible because you can't separate what you know is wrong with the screenplay from the marketing piece of it. So let's see what it comes up with. Salmon flying east in the misty docks of 1991 Gig Harbor. Jack, a rugged fisherman, haunted by his Vietnam War past, grapples with shadows of memory and longing of a life he can't reclaim. When his path crosses with Ping, a striking Vietnamese woman entwined in his wartime memories, Jack's quest for redemption takes a dramatic turn. As Jack navigates the treacherous waters of his past and present, he finds himself torn between the ghosts of his love, lost in Vietnam, and the reality of a solitary life. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the content may violate our content policy, probably because it talks about war. That's great. Can you make it much shorter and punchier? I'll just leave it at that, see what it does. All right. A haunted Vietnam vet and rugged fisherman in 1991 Gig Harbor confronts his war-torn past when he re-encounters Ping, a figure from his Vietnam days. And past and present collide. Jack's search for redemption and peace propels him on a thrilling journey through love, loss, and the quest for healing. I'm going to say, give me a log line that compares this screenplay to 2 different movies meeting one another. I don't know if it'll understand what that means. Like Jaws meets Rocky. We'll see what it comes up with. What I find about ChatGPT is it tends to be way better at understanding me than I am. Like I don't understand what I say half the time. Salmon flying east is where the deer hunter meets a river runs through it. Oh, that's kind of cool. A poignant journey of a Vietnam veteran fisherman wrestling with his past, entangled in a haunting romance that bridges the turbulent waters of war and the serene struggles of life back home. That's cool. That's in the neighborhood. So now I'm going to say, okay, great. Now I'd like you to create a list of visual scenes from the opening of the movie. Period. Describe them as if they were a storyboard. Period. In fact, create a table where one column describes the action and the next column describes what's going on visually. All right. Scene 1, Gig Harbor docks pre-dawn. A foggy, serene Gig Harbor. The camera slowly pans across the glassy water of the Puget Sound. Fishing boat interior. Jack's morning routine. Jack steps out of the boat onto the dock. All right. So great. So this is now reading my screenplay and pulling the visuals from it. Flashback to a crowded bar in Vietnam. So let me say, great. I'd like to start storyboarding this. So I want you to create 16 by 9 wide orientation images, one per scene, period. I'd like the style to be loose watercolor in style, but that clearly indicate what the camera sees and what lens should be used, period. Why don't we start with scene 1 to get the style dialed in? And so notice what I'm doing here is, while I'm technically prompting, this isn't really prompt engineering, right? You keep hearing this term, you got to be a prompt engineer, and prompt engineering is going to be big, and prompt engineering. All that does, in my opinion, is intimidate people to not want to deal with AI at all. I don't want to be an engineer. I'm not a prompt engineer. I don't even know what a prompt is. And now I got to engineer it? No. What you actually have to do is just talk. You just talk your words. Now, could I use prompt engineering to get things better? Sure, I could absolutely do that. So there's my thing. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's terrific, but I don't want the splattery edges, period. I want the image to go all the way to the edge of the frame, period. I'd also like to create 2 distinct color grades, one for the present, which is more saturated and vibrant, and one for the past that captures the fog of war, period. Let's create 2 images, one for the present and one from a scene from the past, so I can compare them. All right. So it already hit me that this looks pretty cool, but it would also be cool to have, the past look like the past. You know how films do. But what I'm doing here is just I am acting kind of as a director, kind of as a writer, kind of as an art director, kind of as a creative director. That's way too colorful. So we hate that. And we will tell it that we hate that. But that does look like Gig Harbor, which is amazing, actually. And so now it's creating, there's the one from the past, right? So listen, at a minimum, it kind of got that, there's your present, there's your past, right? So now I'm just going to say, you've got the right idea, but the images still have blotchy edges rather than the image going all the way to the edge of the frame, period. Also, the saturated image is way too vibrant, period. It should still look like a film, but be more saturated than the images from the past, period. Why don't we put an olive green hue on the color grading from the images from the past and a soothing blue hue for the images from the present? Let's see what that does. Make it as an elevator pitch for a David Schwimmer single dad sitcom. Exactly. We could do that. Well, that's the thing. I could absolutely take this screenplay and have it rewrite it as a comedy. Like, give me a new outline with this as a comedy, and then use the writing style of how this is written, and let's turn this into a comedy. You could absolutely do that. All right, there's our blue hue. Again, that looks like Gig Harbor. In fact, that actually looks like where my dad had a boat. That looks like where we exited. That looks like Point Defiance, and there's a Narrows Bridge right there. Like, this actually looks familiar to me. That's crazy. There you go. So there's your two different styles. It still doesn't quite get that I don't want these blotchy edges, but that's all right. So we'll say fine. So we'll say great. Now can you make an image for each scene using our new color grading framework based on whether the scene is in the present or in the past? And it should just start going through and doing, why are those lines in that orientation? What it did, Pate, these lines you mean? These are film strip sockets. It realized it was a film, so it made it like this is what the frame of film's going to look like, but the sprocket holes would be down the left and right, not across the top. It's trying. This, like I said, I gave it some shitty prompts. I talked before about don't be a prompt engineer, but obviously I would need to be a bit more specific about the style. All right, let's see. Is that scene one? What's scene one? Scene one, a foggy, serene dawn at Gig Harbor, inside the rustic fishing boat cabin. Okay, so that's scene two. So let's see. So that is scene one, which is right. That's scene two. There's scene three, Jack's up. This is good. Who suggested this? This was a good idea. No, this is really good. That is totally what the docks looked like. Although these are more like Eastern fishing boats. The docks where my dad had a fishing boat was in. They were more modern boats, but like that looks very familiar. Although the dock kind of ends right there. It's pretty funny. There he is at what was scene four was. So wait, what was scene four? Jack emerges onto the docks. The bait shop. Inside the bait shop, Jack greets Martha, the owner's wife. Jack prepares for fishing. This is good. I've never done this on my own screenplay before. But I mean, holy crap. Like, look at this. He's obviously not preparing. That's after they caught something. Although I guess that could be bait. But he's salmon fishing. Those should be smaller. All right, there we go into the past. So he's cutting bait and remembering the past. Like, I mean, you can almost hear it, right? Like, this is cool. Oh, and I'm going to do one final thing here. I think it can do this. Let's let it keep going. So wait, that was preparing bait. What was that one? That was flashback to the Vietnam War. Abrupt transition to a helicopter flying low. Jack back in the present, flashback to a crowded bar. So we have some back and forths now between the past and the present. All right, so he's at the bait shop. Now he's preparing to go out. Now he has that flashback. Now he's getting ready to go out. Now he has that flashback. Look at that. I mean, this is amazing. There was an error. Oh, generating response. I don't want to regenerate all this. Is it going to start over? Yeah, it's going to start over. We lost all that. Oh, that sucks. Anyway, what I would then do is you could tell it to take that table and all those images and put it in an Excel file. And so it can actually generate a let's see. It could actually generate a storyboard for you in an Excel file. This is wild, isn't it? It's a movie, yeah. Oh, and actually, you know what we could do now? Holy shit, I should do this. Because I could take all those scenes into into Runway ML and turn them into action and just do it with voiceover and stuff like that. Hit the 2-2. To get the previous reply. Oh, really? Oh, I see. Hang on. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Wait. Oh, it's still creating images. Oh, okay, cool. So I didn't lose everything. Okay, that's something new I learned. Thank you, whoever said that. Who is that? Thankful Jones. Okay, so see right here where it's got 1 of 3. Now it says 3 of 3. So these are the new images it's creating. There's Jack getting up. I actually like that shot better than what it gave us before. There he is on the dock. That looks closer. That's in the neighborhood of what it looked like for real. This is just trippy. There he is meeting what's her name. Any way to capture a receipt of a user accessing my created GPT? Not right now, brother 52. So if you go to your account and you go to my GPTs, when you go to my GPTs, it will show you to the right of the GPT how many people have used it. You can't click through and get any more metadata on that. I would assume that when there's the GPT store, they're going to give you stats and things like that. But right now, it's just, you can see how many people have used it, but that's about it. This is much more Eastern trawler than Pacific salmon fisherman, but that's okay. That's all stuff. This is all stuff like that being a big trawler is not right, but like that's stuff that you could fix. You could say, give me this. He should be cutting smaller bait than this. It should be on a modern boat. There shouldn't be a trawler in the background. It should be, Pacific Northwest, Puget Sound hills and mountains, or like the Narrows Bridge or whatever the hell they call that thing. How do you change the aspect ratio of images? You just ask for it. You can say, so when I make my videos for TikTok reminders for the lives, I just say, give me a 9:16 image with this subject that says AI Learning Lab at the top. And then it makes it vertical. In this case, I said, make them 16:9 wide orientation. That is so cool that it just goes, it's remembering all this stuff. All right, each image captures it. So let me, okay, so now I want to try something. I want to go, okay, great. Can you create an Excel file that has the first 7 scenes from the table above and add a third column where you include the image you created here. Embed the actual image in the Excel file. Now, this should, so see where it says analyzing here? That's using a thing called Code Interpreter. And if you open this, what it's actually doing is writing Python code to build this file that I just asked for. So it's putting data into the things. It looks like that's column 1. There's column 2, the descriptions. And then I'm gonna close this because I want to be surprised to see if it actually does it right. I missed the first part of this. Did he give it a story screenplay or something, and now it's generating storyboards? That's exactly what you're witnessing. So let me go back to the beginning while it's making that Excel file. So I uploaded a screenplay that I wrote in 1991 or 2. I had it give me a log line, which was okay. And then I had it make it shorter, which was okay. And then I had it compare 2 movies. It said Salmon Flying East is where Deer Hunter meets a river runs through it, that's a really good, like someone would go, oh yeah, that sounds good. Then I had it describe the first 10 scenes in the movie, like what happened and what the visual thing was. Then I did a couple of passes of sort of look and feel, and then realized that I wanted to do a look and feel where the present was kind of in color and the past kind of had this funky hue to it. And then I said, now just give me the scenes, give me the images from the scenes in that spreadsheet. And so it did the first 7. And let's see. I've created an Excel file with the first 7 scenes described, including the action and visual descriptions. However, embedding the actual images into the Excel file is not possible with my current environment. You can download the Excel file and manually insert them as needed. Let me try something. Is there a way for you to use the image command in Excel and put the URL to each image in there so that the Excel file itself displays the image, but it's pulling that image from the internet? Let's see if it can think its way out of this one. And while it's doing that, we can go look at what it gave us. Okay, yeah, it didn't give us even placeholders for the images, so fail. And what I'm doing here is, while I'm in theory teaching you, like, I'm doing this for the first time. I've never done this before. So this is what I would encourage all of you to do is don't think that someone has the answers, because the fact is that everyone's trying to figure this out. And this, dear God, why would you bring Excel into this? That's great. However, you can manually embed the images. Yeah, I know I can manually embed them, but I don't want to. Let's see. Can you give me a list of the URLs for each of those images? Certainly. Here's the URLs. Okay, great. Oh, but they're broken. Those URLs do not work. Those URLs do not work. Can you please provide URLs that do work? Nope, it can't. Placeholder URL. All right. Well, they're broken. Anyway, so yeah, there's your things. And then this new thing where you can you can go back in time that's new to me. So let me show you that again if you were not here. So this is the second batch of images. Some of these I like okay, but some of the original ones it did were really good. So see where it says 3 of 3 here? That means 3 of 3 answers for this particular prompt. So I can go back to the second version of that where I stopped it and the first version. And here are the images that it created. Like I love that one. Although I did like the one with the alarm clock in the foreground. So maybe you'd sort of combine those two. Then that's really good. He's smoking his cigarette in his boat. He's going out. He's at the bait shop. There's supposed to be a woman here, so that's something we'd fix. There he's cutting bait. That bait's too big, but that's okay. We'd fix that. There's his flashback. Now he's back in the present, looking tortured, right? Because he just thought of that, looking tortured. Now he's back in the bar, and then that's where it stopped. But holy crap, that's really good. That's really good. Really good. Nuts. It's nuts, I tell you. Nuts, I tell you. And we could even do, what would be kind of fun is say, as an experiment, can you create 2 images, one from the past and one from the present, based on the scenes above, but do them in a photographic cinematic style so they actually look like stills from the film. Period. The lighting should be professional and moody, and the set decoration and locations should be impeccable. See if we can get it to give us some Hollywood action. Ask for a list of code block or markdown. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, RetroPunk. Let me try that. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That looks nice. That very much looks like Gig Harbor. Very much looks like it. Very much. In fact, didn't quite capture the color grading. The image from the past doesn't quite have the color grading that we discussed earlier. Can you make it more dramatic from a stylistic point of view? Can it include sounds? Seagulls, maybe. It cannot. Sounds and video will probably be within 6 months. Like I'm sure ChatGPT very shortly here becomes true multimodal. And at that point it's probably, that doesn't look photorealistic anymore. The revised image. Okay, that's better stylistically, but it doesn't look photographic and cinematic anymore. Can you give me a final version from the past that is much more photographic, that retains that style? Oh, by the way, you could absolutely turn this into a GPT. So you could come up with a way to feed it a piece of a screenplay, have it break that screenplay down, and oh look, this is so cool. Look what it did. This is like all the from the film. This is like the cameraman's view, the cinematographer's view. That's hilarious. Not exactly what we wanted for a storyboard, but that's kind of cool. Wow. So let me try something here. Could you create a table using Markdown that includes the columns for the scene, the visual description, and the embedded image so that I can view it here in the browser as a table? So Markdown is a sort of local rendering. It's kind of like mini HTML. Let's see if it gets the image in there. Did it? Oh, it broke. Darn it. This is great, but the images are breaking. Can you use whatever coding you used above? Because above I can see the images, but in this table I can't. Let's see what it does here. I understand the issue. Let's try embedding the images using a different method in the Markdown table. Oh, it's putting in base 64, truncated. Truncated for brevity. Well, that means that the image won't show, you dum-dum. Oh well. Oh well. What are you gonna do? All right, so we can sort of get it working. If I messed around with this for a while, you could probably get this thing to be pretty sophisticated. Anyway, this would be a good GPT to create. Is create a storyboarding GPT that invites someone to upload a scene or write a scene or have it write a scene, and then it will create a visualization like a scene by a shot by shot table based on the screenplay, and then prompt them for visual style, and then generate all this crap, and then output something, and or save it to a something, or save it to a Google Drive. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And you could probably knock that out on a Saturday afternoon. Holy goodness, people. Crazy. It's cuckoo, I tell you. It's cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. Hello. Hello. My name's Kyle. I like AI. AI's good. AI's tasty. Have you had any? Taste the AI. Taste it.
You can make money with ChatGPT!
It's so exciting. I don't know what I'm doing. I do not know what I'm doing. Like, whatever we just did there, that was chat ADD at its finest. I hope you got something out of that. There's enough people in here. Hopefully you got something out of that. Kind of blew my mind. I mean, it's kind of making me want to go back. I've got 7 feature-length screenplays. How do you upload your script to ChatGPT? So there's a little paperclip. So you have to be using GPT-4 for one thing. GPT-4. And then that little paperclip, you can upload anything. So you want to see something fun. Yes, Kyle, of course we do. Let me go back to the chat that I just had. Let me go find an image that I like. I really like that first one where he's laying in bed. Or the one where he's smoking the cigarette. Yeah, this one. All right. Is that the download button? Yes. All right. So that just downloaded that. So I can go to ChatGPT. If you're in ChatGPT 4, you can upload anything. So I uploaded a text file. You could upload a PDF. You could upload a Word document. You could upload a CSV. I'm going to upload one of those images from the storyboard. This one. And I'm going to say, this is an image from a storyboard for a film I am working on, period. Can you please describe this in as much detail as possible from a cinematography and set decoration point of view, followed by a table of props and their descriptions. Image showcases a moment of quiet introspection in a small boat cabin filled with natural and artificial light. Sources blend to create a serene blue ambiance, evoking a sense of morning tranquility. The scene is lit primarily by soft natural light coming from a circular window, suggesting early dawn, which is complemented by the warm glow of an oil lantern, indicating the cabin's lack of modern amenities. The subject, a man with unkempt beard, blah, blah, blah. The set decoration is meticulous. Furniture adds a touch of authenticity. The color palette is predominantly shades of blue. Okay, here's a table of props and descriptions. Oil lantern, an old-fashioned brass oil lantern, alarm clock, ropes and tackle, ship's wheel, wooden suit. This is what you have assistants on films spend hours doing. It just knocked that shit out. Porthole, wicker basket, bed with pillows. Unmade and utilitarian, suggesting a character's transient lifestyle. Like capturing the creative essence as well as what it is, right? You need a bed with pillows, but we're not getting, something from a fancy store here, right? This is utilitarian. This is well-used shit. Transient lifestyle. This is well-worn bedwear. I'm going to say, could you create a production schedule for what needs to be done in what order to achieve this shot? Multiple departments, including set design, lighting, camera crews, and others. Below is a simplified version, pre-production phase, script breakdown and storyboarding. 1 to 2 weeks before the shoot. Analyze the script, create storyboards, scouting, set design, prop sourcing, casting and wardrobe. Production phase, set construction and dressing. Build the set and dress it with necessary props, make adjustments. Technical walkthrough, lighting setup, day of shoot, morning. Rig up natural light sources, adjust for desired shadows, camera setup and rehearsal, principal photography, midday. Review the dailies, day of shoot, evening. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, amazing. It's so cool. It's so cool. I don't know if you've seen this. Have you ever seen AI? It's so cool. It's really cool. You can make money with ChatGPT. Oh, man. Y'all are cool. All right. You remind me of Peter Sellers and Spectre Clouseau when you say, I don't know. I don't know. What you mean? Oh. Ask it to use the same image at a different time of day. We can do that. Let's see. Okay. I'd like to create a still from the photographic image of the marina at dawn and keep the image composition identical, but change the time of day to be high noon. There should be some clouds in the sky, but the sun is shining directly on the marina. Not high moon, high noon. High noon. And this is dawn, not Dan. All right, let's see what we get. Vicky's gone now. She said, you are in the door now. Okay, all right, great. Thank you. You're all caught up. Okay. Fixed Dawn. I did. Let's see what it does here. We'll see if it might not remember what scene I was talking about. It might, but we'll see. Nope, it didn't. Well, that's not really high noon, but look, it says high noon. High noon, present day. That's more like 4 in the afternoon, but that's okay. Or it's like 10 o'clock in the morning and still burning off the low-lying clouds and mist. Now, but what I could possibly do, so here's another way to do this. Let me grab this. Save image as Gig Harbor Dawn. Save it to the desktop. We'll do a new chat GPT, and we'll upload that. Not that. That. Okay, I'm going to upload that. Describe this scene in as much detail as possible, including the photographic style. All right. So we'll get it to describe it. Watching a masterpiece being born. Yeah, this is actually, I mean, you know, JRC, it's like what's amazing about this is, you know, I'm just, you know, this is as much just entertainment, just me kind of dicking around here. But I mean, imagine if you really put in the work, right? To say, hey, I want to take this screenplay that I wrote. I really want to get it to the next level. I want to get this thing fundable. and you put in a solid week. Can you imagine, like, just me dicking around in the last 45 minutes or so, whatever it's been? Imagine putting in a week of really focused time on this, what you'd come out with on the other side. You'd come out with, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to say, perfect. Now I'd like to recreate that exact same scene at a different time of day, period. How about late afternoon, where the sun is behind the camera and lighting up the marina with magic hour sunlight? Is reasoning able to come up with new ideas the only ability missing for true AGI? I would argue that the current technology absolutely comes up with new ideas. It seems there was an issue generating this. But the reasoning is missing. Its ability to take autonomous action and its ability to reason, to basically figure out if is what it's doing as it's taking these actions working or not. And the Q star thing that everyone's talking about right now is apparently a layer that sits on top of the current large language model, GPT-4 or 5 if they're working on that. And it adds that reasoning component to it and that autonomous component to it. And if that's the case, then I that seems to me to be a hurdle for at least some stage of AGI. Try again with making the image. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Thank you, JRC. That's very sweet. Oh my God, my phone typos. Oh, typing on a phone is. Anyone else instead of hitting the space bar, you always hit the N key, and so you just have one long word with all these N's in the middle of the words. It's like AI should learn that how I fuck up my typing and fix it for me, shouldn't it? Yes, it should. Why, yes, it should. Dee 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 dee. Come on, create that image. Oh, you stinker. Any recommendations now that the upgrade to GPT-4 is not available? Yeah, Vic, so if you go to copilot.microsoft.com, so a couple of things. Claude now has a 200,000 token context window, and it's got a free option. Perplexity.ai has a free option, and apparently you can upload 300,000 words, which is like a 400,000 token context window, which I don't believe, but maybe that's true. Someone told me that yesterday on the live. Then you can also go to, this is the AI Salon. You can go to the AI Salon and join that. I'll tell you how to do that in a second. But you can also go to copilot.microsoft.com. And so this is, I have to sign in to Microsoft. I think this screwed up for me the other day. Okay, now I'm in. Okay, so let's try this. Can I upload here? Add an image. Oh, I can't. Huh. Oh, and it's only got a 2,000 token context window. All right, but I should be able to, let's see. Let me upload from this device. All right, we'll do that. We'll upload that image. describe this still from a film's storyboard in as much detail as possible, including the photographic style. So this should act relatively like what we just did over in ChatGPT, but Microsoft is sometimes a little weird. And by a little weird, I mean shitty. All right, this is a still from the film Storyboard. The image is a wide shot of a harbor with boats and great. Recreate this image at a different time of day? Question mark. Or no question mark. Let's see what it does. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to recreate the image. However, based on the description, I can suggest some. All right. Create an image based on the description. It should be able to do that. See, this is what it just did there. This is what I experience with Microsoft all the time. You could use an AI image generator. This is an AI image generator. Although maybe they didn't bring DALL-E over to this. I don't know. See, let's go try Bing. Chat.bing.com. This is maddening. No, this looks like it's the same. Well, let's try it. Upload from device. Please describe this in as much detail as possible. All right. ChatGPT made a joke last week, unprompted during a conversation I had with it. Wow. That's wild. Well, it looks like Grok, you can put Grok into funny mode, and it looks like it's going to just be a real cut up. This is a photo. Okay, good. Beautiful. Terrific. Create a new version of this image at a different time of day. Spelled wrong, but that's okay. No, it doesn't. Okay. I don't understand what Microsoft is doing. This used to have DALL-E built into it, and now it seems like it doesn't. I don't get it. And now if I go to bing.com/create, that should be DALL-E 3/create. Jumpstart your creativity. But I can't upload an image here. I don't know. So I'm totally confused right now. So we are discovering together that it looks like they have gutted Copilot to remove all the multimodal shit from it. Except it can describe an image. It can see images, but it's not able to create them, which is weird. So that might just be a temporary thing, but that's very strange. Anyway, I was going to say you could use Copilot, but now you can't. So, I got nothing. I got nothing for you. Sometimes this shit's really frustrating. If by the way, if when you're using this AI shit, you're like, it seems so good when Kyle did it, and now I can't get it to do shit. That happens to me multiple times a day, where there are some times where I just get so pissed off with it, I just like bail on the project. And then there are other times where it's like so magical, I'm like, it can do anything. And that's just the nature of where we are right now. So don't let its lack of consistency dissuade you. Just keep playing and keep finding the boundaries. And then what you'll find is that you'll try to do something and it'll suck at it. And then you'll go try other tools and you'll get something close. And then you'll just realize, okay, this stuff isn't quite there yet. And then you'll come back like 3 months later and you try the same thing and you're like, oh, holy shit. Oh, it does it now. It's like, it's been progressing pert fast. Pert fast. Yeah, I like them taters. Taters tasty. They call it a sling blade. I think I'm crisped out. I think I might be done. Let me see if we got any other stuff here. You know what I want to do? Since there's a bunch of new people in here, let me get ready to do some screenshotting. They call me Tater Salad. That's it, Mr. K. Okay. If you're brand new to this here AI shit, if you're like, Kyle, what you were doing looked cool and everything, I don't know how to do any of that crap. I'm gonna give you some stuff to play with. I'll give you some homework. We got Mr. K here. He's an educator. He will give you homework. And this is my son Tater Tot. Exactly. Go there right now. If you've not played with ChatGPT, I am wagging my finger at you. And you know what that means. I don't either. But go there right now and just start playing with it. Ask it to write you a poem. Ask it to write you a project plan. Ask it to invent a new kind of pizza for you. Whatever you're interested in, just ask it to do that. Try to stump it. If you think you're super clever on a particular kind of trivia, ask it about that. See how it does. And just go start playing with it. And just play with it until you have what I call your Kevin McAllister moment, which is, it can do that? Maybe you've seen some of that tonight. Some of that storyboarding stuff I was just doing, kind of is melting my face. I wrote that screenplay 20 odd years ago, and watching it synopsize my screenplay, break the scenes down into visuals, and then create visuals, it looked like what I had in my head. It's like, are you kidding me? So this stuff's just wild. So anyway, I made a chat GPT for your button. Oh, for this button?
You can make money with ChatGPT.
We need a you can make money with ChatGPT button. I think I might have made one called that. You can make money with ChatGPT. But that's awesome. That's awesome. Share it on the salon. I'm gonna talk about the salon here in a second. Okay, so that's ChatGPT. ChatGPT, in my opinion, right now, there's nothing even close to it. GPT-4. Okay. The problem is, if you don't have access to ChatGPT-4 right now, they're not taking new accounts, so get on the wait list. If you do have access to it and you haven't really dug into it, start digging. Start digging. Because there's all sorts of shit it does, including making these GPTs. Okay, but I would encourage you all to get very, very curious about this space in general. I'm now going to show you 8 different alternatives to ChatGPT that are all worth at least exploring, okay? Claude, Grok, Bard, and Copilot are kind of your big 4. Grok isn't out yet. That's going to be the one that's inside Twitter, x.com, and x.ai. Claude is Anthropic. That's a big competitor to ChatGPT. Bard is from Google. Copilot's from Microsoft. That's ostensibly ChatGPT-4, but whatever I looked at tonight was the gutted version of it, so that was very disappointing. So hopefully that's just a blip. These are another 4 that I think are worth exploring. Pi, Perplexity, and Poe are all 3 different, very specific kind of flavors of these ChatGPTs. And then Llama 2 is kind of a whole world in and of itself. That Meta put out these open source large language models called Llama. That's why we have llamas in here a lot, because every time I mention llama, someone pops a llama on screen. And then here's kind of 4 different image generation tools to go play with. And I'm not going to go beyond this. So screenshot that. Screenshot that if you haven't. And then screenshot that. And then if you are curious about this and you're like, you haven't found your peeps yet, like if all the people in your life are like, that AI stuff's stupid, it's evil, it's really dumb, why are you wasting your life? If you got a lot of that going on and you want to hang out with people that are up to the same thing, join the AI Salon. So this is a group that I started a year ago. Next Tuesday, is it next Tuesday? No, a week from Tuesday is our 1-year anniversary. So I started the salon the week after ChatGPT came out. Because when it came out, I lost my fucking mind. And so go to aisalon.mn.co. That's the address. Please go to the About the Salon page that will tell you what we're all about. Community of extraordinary adventurers exploring the AI unknown. Who we are, why we're here, how we explore, what we seek, and what our values are. And please, 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 it is my deep request, please go look at the values of this community. I want this community to grow, but I don't want it to lose what we have right now, which is pretty fucking magical. So the values are curiosity, generosity, like share what you're learning, exploration, collaboration, inclusion, and empathy. And go read what the values are really about and what the community is about. If you resonate with these, jump in, start exploring, start being generous, start being curious. If they don't resonate with you, that's totally cool, but it's probably not your group of people. You probably will not like us. If you see things about hair, you're in the wrong place. Oh, yeah, exactly. If you go to, I did this the other day. If you go to thesalon.mn.co, that's a hair place. I gave that URL out for a while on the first day when we moved over to this new platform, and that was a mistake. So anyway, so go there, join us, and do me a favor, follow this channel. I'm trying to grow this channel, so follow this if you like what was here. I want to say thanks for suggesting Pi. She has been super helpful. Oh, that's terrific. Nyasha or Aisha? Nyasha, I think. I like that name. Good afternoon from me and good night to all. Good afternoon, Drew. The values are the best part of this group. I'm stealing these values for my classroom rules. Oh, awesome. I know. What's cool about the values is we didn't just like make up a pile of values. We sat down and we said, okay, we want to grow the salon, but how do we not lose what it is? And so those values were derived from how people were acting. And so those are just a reflection of what's already there. And so that's when values are right, that's what they are. They're just a reflection of what's already there. But they're super important because as things grow, you can lose that. So that's why I push hard on the values. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to get my ass out of here and to bed. Multimodal works in Copilot. Try create an image of a Philadelphia Eagle defeating a buffalo. Yeah, it might be just sometimes when I log in and it says I've got a 2,000 token context window, it's non-multimodal GPT-4. And then there's other times I log in and I've got a 4,000 token context window. And then it does it. So I don't know what's going on there. Something's weird on my end tonight. So thanks, Kyle. Kyle is cool. Thank you very much. Irregulars mods present turtles, llamas, or hedgehogs. Thank you, Clint Copperhead. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone who supports this and shows up nightly. Let's see. Clint Copperhead. Who else we got? JRC, good to see you. Tobias, Mary, as always, good to see you. Mr. K, you're amazing. Good night. Corey Sandler, good to see you. Quick Take Jake, good to see you. Emilio's wife, you were late. Random Thoughts by TK, good to see you. All right, everybody. I'm Crispy. Drink your fluids. I got to go drink mine. Peace out, Steve-O. Thanks for your help. You're welcome. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. And hope you had a good time. And go join the salon. Peace.